Is this good enough?
No, you have to go closer.
Really?
Bring it up.
But my voice is very loud.
Is it? How loud can you get?
Hiya. Sound test.
Amir is the naughty one. I like him already. I like him. I know why you married him. She's the shy one though.
Yeah.
Stop being shy. You had a birthday.
Oh, it was a birthday, yes.
Happy 29.
Yeah.
Next year's the 30th year.
Ding, 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 ding.
What happens next year then? Is it all downhill?
No, that's when women are totally scared, especially Malaysian women.
Oh, but she's married, so it's chill, right?
Yeah, but they don't want. I mean, it's it's for them. It's like a threshold.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like it's time for you to get a kid then. Next year.
And then 10 years later, you
Baby
start
time.
pakai your tudung and so.
Joyce, what's your age? 29. Ooh, same. Mike, it's time to.
You hear Mike? He's talking to you.
Directs about the loose sales.
Yeah.
Next year.
It doesn't be like, what's going on here? All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the
our new sign,
Sorry. Yeah.
Calm down, bruh.
Calm the fuck down.
Sorry,
Oh my God, you're shouting. Oh,
I got excited.
I got a tinnitus already.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the ANR Show.
Wow, that was synchronized. Not bad.
Oh my God, I'm leaving.
Yep. People be throwing gang signs suddenly.
Man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Some
dude.
people don't like this is gang signs, bro. If you're in Brooklyn,
I'm officially scared.
they're like shit.
Okay, A&R.
Welcome back to the show,
I know
everybody.
A&W.
What? ANW.
Yeah.
That's different. Anywho,
Anywho.
I hope everybody's having a great day.
Okay,
Welcome back to a brand new episode where today it is also another special day where we actually have a very special guest on our set. But before that, I hope you guys are having a great day. How's your week been?
Okay lah.
Kayla.
I heard it was your wife's birthday a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How was the celebration?
It was okay. It was good. It was
Yeah.
good, man. It was very chill. Not so big.
How
Very
big?
small.
Quite small lah.
Yeah.
Small gathering.
We're talking about a
friends,
celebration.
No, we're not. Talking about the celebration.
The celebration,
Hey,
yeah.
she looks very tired. I think it was good.
That's great. That is great. Anywho, let's move forward. Actually, to talk about our guest today.
Oh, yeah.
Panjang intro dia.
As you guys know, we have now stepped up our game a little bit.
Oh.
Sedikit ke atas ya.
Oh wow.
Hari ini kita akan ada satu introduksi
Yang hebat.
tetapi ia dalam form scripting.
Oh.
Disebabkan itu saya perlu baca skrip.
Okay, baca sikit.
Ya.
Alright, go ahead, man.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I nak
Hey,
baca.
man.
I nak baca
Your
juga.
mother is about to be so damn confused, dude.
Alright, so a very quick introduction about our guest today. Let me just read this on. We would like to welcome him to the podcast. Don't exactly know where he was born, maybe Austria. It was Austria, right?
No.
It was in Germany?
Yeah.
It was in Germany?
Yeah.
Then why does your passport say Austria?
Because in Germany you get your dad's nationality, and my dad is Austrian.
To the chopper.
No, stop.
Not that. Austrian.
Excuse me. What are you saying? That is not funny at all. I think you're wrong here.
Oh shit. That's so spot on, dude.
Of course, I speak German.
Yeah,
What do you think?
for sure, man.
Wait, how do you say get to the chopper like in Austrian?
Auf zum Hubschrauber.
Ooh.
Hey, I believe you.
Sounds like you're about to like plant a bomb or some shit.
Hey.
Yeah, my dad is Austrian. Was Austrian.
Yeah.
He didn't die. No. He betrayed his country. Became German.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So did my mom.
But your
Okay.
mom is not
My mom is
Austrian.
Malaysian.
Yeah,
But now
exactly.
she's German. So she's like
Okay.
left me and my sisters to be Austrians.
It's fine. That's fine.
It's
So
fine.
he
I love
was
Austria.
currently he's originally from Germany, like we just got to know. He currently is the master of tuning,
Whoa.
Wow.
right?
I
With
like that.
over 12 years of experience
Yes.
tuning cars.
Yes.
Overseeing the technical aspect of a company that is actually his. He's a CEO and the founder of Project A,
Yes.
which originally was actually established in Germany.
Yeah.
And currently, of course, like it's all over the world. Even though you do have a workshop here in Malaysia as well as in the States, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but States we're remodeling a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of partnering workshops, but we have our HQ here in Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, HQ is in KL.
Yeah, exactly.
I chose Malaysia as the center of my life. I love Malaysia, and I chose many years ago. I didn't want to leave anymore, and then that's why I built this HQ together with my partner Joshua here in not KL. It's Kota Damansara. So but anyway,
having found Project A, I would say in 2016. Was that the year?
2016 in Malaysia, 2015 in Germany.
It's been close to 10 years actually.
For Project A.
And Project A is actually a powerhouse in the industry where they actually specialize in engine tuning, performance upgrades, and high quality parts for car enthusiasts worldwide, not only just in Malaysia.
Well read, sir. Well read.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was like
I try my best.
Did you ask ChatGPT
Come
about
on,
me?
bro. This is from the heart. I went through your website.
From the heart is not your phone display.
I went through your website. Yeah, I read through the entire thing about us. What do you guys do? What do you guys specialize in?
I don't even know that.
Yeah. You see?
Okay,
I do my homework.
Thank you.
Yeah, so with a strong presence, not only here in Malaysia, in USA.
Where?
USA, in Japan, Austria.
Arigato. Sempat.
Australia.
Okay.
And beyond, obviously. Project A is all about helping drivers unlock the highest potential of their vehicle. So if anyone would like to actually get your car tuned,
I don't know better way to promote. If you want to send your car to space, like Ludacris,
find no other except for Project A. Find Mike, DM him, send him a text, let him know that you would like to have your car to fly.
I need a drink after this.
Yeah.
Another one, I guess.
So he will get your car to fly in no time with his software tuning. So don't worry about that. With that being said, we would like to welcome our guest to our podcast, none other than Michael Knaus.
Oh, wow. You pronounced it pretty good. I am impressed. I'm impressed.
See, of course, we do our homework. We always do our homework.
Luckily, you can go Michael Knaus. Man, you
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man.
Show, Michael.
this is a show.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was just some random mics being hooked onto tables and shit.
Just thought we were recording a hangout, which is what we're doing. All right, okay. So what do you want to know what you don't already know?
Yeah, a lot of things that I think we feel that we actually don't know about you.
Yeah.
When it comes
Oh
to
my
cars,
God.
of course, there are a lot of things that we actually know what you can do and what you specialize in. But however, today's podcast is not only diving into a lot more about cars, we really want to dive into like your life.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Right? Like there was several conversations that I had with you prior to this that I was like, dude, like this guy is actually a really cool guy.
Yeah.
I faked it.
And the Oscar goes to.
Michael Knaus. The fact that like you come from parents from different countries, and then the fact that you travel a lot as well, the way that like your mind works, the way that the things that you see throughout the years, I feel like it is very, very interesting, and I feel that I will do people justice by having you on the podcast and just talk about your life.
Yeah.
Hence why we invited you to the podcast today.
I appreciate your words and your interest. So I'll try to do as good as I can.
Amen.
But I just have to be honest, right?
Yeah,
dude, yeah.
Even though like we gave a very quick overview about you, I think we didn't really do a proper justice towards understanding your history, like from day one itself.
Oh my God.
So if you could actually just give us a very, very, very quick brief, not right now, but in your early days, I think we can catch it from there and move forward with our conversation. So just give us a bit more of a brief. Sudah pandai ya?
Sudah pandai bercakap lah. Betul lah, power lah dia. Anda sudah profesional now. Not bad, bro.
Right?
Not bad,
So
bro.
boleh tak bagi segelintir tentang sejarah anda semasa anda kecil
Damn,
lagi.
you just lost it. Dude.
Semasa-
It was good just now. It just went downhill after that. God damn.
Yeah.
Kecil, like how kecil? Like really like after like early years.
Yeah, like early.
What exactly would you like to know about my early
Okay,
years?
so I think you could start with you growing up, right?
Still not done. Process ongoing. I turned 7, and since then my body only grew.
I stopped at 9.
You stopped at 9. That's great.
I was born 1984, 40 years ago,
Yeah.
in Hamburg, Germany,
Okay.
to an Austrian father and a Malaysian mother who had then become British. So basically, my mom only spoke English, my dad
Right.
spoke German, but I feel molested. I never would reply in English.
Oh.
Yeah, I would basically, she would speak English to me, I would speak German back.
Oh, but you understood English. But
I
you just didn't know how to
understood
speak it.
until my grandmother, her mother from here,
Yeah.
came, and she only spoke Malay
Oh,
and a
okay,
little bit of
okay.
English.
Yeah.
And suddenly I spoke English, and my mother's like, "Huh, you speak English?"
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then 3 years later, my first sister was born, and then my mom already had acquired a little bit of a German knowledge and was very focused on learning German. And then my sisters grew up, both, I have 2 sisters, grew up with a little more German, so my English is probably a little better than theirs.
So you're firstborn.
I'm the firstborn, yeah.
You're the first, and then
I was
other
a test
two
shot.
is-
My sisters are amazingly beautiful. I don't know what happened to me, but
you were just like they were
you know,
really,
they were just
really.
like, oh, it's still alive, so let's keep it.
Well, it is moving.
It's moving.
But I was super sick
Oh, really?
my entire childhood. I was
Sick
like
as in
at the
what?
age
Like-
of 2. At the age of 2, my mom decided to switch to cow's milk. And
Not-
that triggered an allergic reaction that was an outbreak. It lasted for 16 years
Damn.
almost.
Wait,
Damn.
instead of breast milk, human breast milk, she gave you cow milk. Is it?
Yeah, as far as I remember, that was the case. But whatever it is, it triggered allergies. I think you call it dermatitis. Dermatitis is basically I scratched all over my body. My skin was literally torn off. You see all the scars,
Oh, shit.
torn off everywhere. I had cracks in my neck. I scratched my eyes. I
Yeah.
scratched my eyes while I was sleeping because everything was itching, to the point that I damaged my left eye. So my left eye is a lot
Alright.
less.
Oh, now I can see the difference.
There is no difference that you can see. I can see because I cannot see.
Yeah.
No, my left eye is working,
Yeah.
but it's this is it's peripheral in a
Right,
way.
right.
So this is my dominant eye.
Wait,
My
so
right-
that means your left eye you can see, but then like it's what?
No,
It's-
got power a bit.
it's
only.
macam underwater. It's like a little bit like blur everywhere. No matter what I do,
real?
no matter what I do, even if I have specs on
Yeah.
that equalize it and to make everything a lot clearer, my left eye is just basically complementing my right eye. This is my main vision. I have
Yeah.
absolutely no problem closing my left eye.
Oh damn, that's
I had the
crazy.
same problem before, dude.
Oh, is it?
Doctor said when he like zoomed in into my eyes and whatever, he said it felt like somebody put sandpaper onto the surface of your eye and just went.
Yeah.
So it's like super like there's like grooves on your lens. That's why it's blur all the time. So
You
makes
have an
sense because you used to
astigmatism.
scratch. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this was kind of treatable. I just had to keep moisturizing the eye.
Apparently, according to my eye doc, I kind of like peeled off my cornea or moved it or whatever.
when you were
So,
scratching it.
Yeah, so I damaged my eye, but it's not to the point where it's really, really bad. But how would I say what's really good? If you look at, for example, Stevie Wonder, who was born blind, he would never know
Yeah.
what it's like
Yeah.
to see very well. This is
Yeah.
how I've lived all my
Like,
life.
yeah.
You
I'm
wouldn't know
finding
what a podcast is
it. Yeah.
as well.
There's people with better eyes, but I don't know what it's like to have better eyes.
Yeah.
Because that's been my vision
Shit,
all
I've
my
never
life.
knew this about you.
How would you?
Yeah.
So anyway, I was very sick. I was very, very sick for like my young years. And that kind of got the ball rolling for me. I mean, when in your early years, that kind of determines your personality.
Yeah.
You
Oh, right,
grow,
yeah.
You become someone from a
Yeah.
blank sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Every day, a new chapter, a new story is added.
Yeah.
I love this saying. You are the sum of your experiences. That's who you are.
Yeah.
Everything that you learn every day, that all together makes who you are.
Yeah.
With all the negative and all the positive.
Right.
I was bullied at school for being different because I couldn't eat what normal people eat. My mom had to make special meals for me. I had to take.
Oh, because it's like allergies based on the food that you eat as well.
I went to I don't know how many hospitals and clinics before I even got to school. So
Damn.
my dad sent me before my 6th birthday. My father sent me to a clinic. I remember it very vividly. The Paracelsius Clinic in Canton, in Villach, I think, in Austria.
Yeah.
There was a doctor that for me is the epitome of Adolf Hitler. He was strict. He had this accent. He had
Yeah.
the beard. He was Dr. Weber. That was his name, and he was, whoa! He was scary as
Damn,
he
dude.
was scary, and he wouldn't give a damn. I mean, he made me and my mom cry so much.
Why? About what?
Basically, he told me what I can eat, and if I ate something
Yeah.
that was not on the list, he would ask, "Hast du gesündigt?" Which means, "Did you sin?
Damn.
She's like a priest in the fucking church.
Did you sin?" And I was scared of them.
Yeah, no shit.
I was scared
No shit,
of that guy. And when you get an injection,
Yeah.
you didn't give a shit whether you're tense or not. It's always in the butt, right? And you tense up your butt and then BAM! Into the tense muscle.
my God.
So I developed a phobia against needles, against tests every freaking time. They have different tests. Take
Yeah.
my blood, take this, take that.
Yeah, dude, if it's 16 years.
I was like a freaking lab rat
Shit,
before I was even 10.
Damn. Dude,
So,
that's
and then being like that, I was kind of isolated from normal kids because they would go out and play and
yeah.
Right.
And then you can't do that because.
I couldn't.
So
I was-
that means whenever you sweat as well, does it get really itchy at the same
Yes.
time? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, crap.
here it would start itching here, would scratch here because
Yeah.
sweat
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So, hay fever. Germany has seasons, as you know. So when spring came and all the flowers blossomed and all the pollen would fly, bro, I would die. I would simply not
Shit.
be able to open my eyes all day. I woke up in the morning, my eyes were glued together with pus. So my parents had to wake me up and come with chamomile tea and
Yeah.
and dip my eyes so it would basically
Oh my
dissolve and I could finally open my eyes.
Oh my God, that's
Then-
really
Wow,
bad.
chamomile tea, not even to
Wait,
drink.
wait. So all of this is because of cow milk.
I personally think, I'm not a doctor, I personally think it's because my quite adventurous mixture. My mom and my dad are both mixes as well.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a thoroughbred, if you're a thoroughbred, and
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound racist, if
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
say you have your immune system is based on your inheritance and on your genealogy.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Right, and then they say that the more mixed you are, the more strong you can actually
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
The stronger
it's
you can
supposed to
actually
be,
be because
yeah.
you bring all the benefits of different genes.
Yeah.
True.
But it also can mean the opposite. I reckon it's because of whatever I'm composed
Yeah.
of.
So your mom is Chinese mix Malay.
Mixed Malay.
Yeah, from Malaysia.
Yeah.
And your dad is.
Austrian, Slovenian. Back then it was Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my grandmother was a Slovenian.
Yeah.
My grandfather was an Austrian.
Right.
Okay.
And
okay.
then my grandmother here was actually fully Chinese. But she was an orphan given to a mama family.
Okay.
Wow. That's
Yeah. Had the
random.
going by the name Ainun. She was raised Muslim very
Yeah.
strictly. She was very pious.
Right.
Looked fully Chinese, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her husband, my grandfather, was from, I think he was Achenese, so from Indonesia.
Yeah.
Achenese, but also had Chinese blood. And I don't know much about his story, to be honest. So, but if you look at my family, my local family, my uncles and so on, they all look very, very Chinese.
Oh.
So that's
Yeah.
why if I say my mom's Malay, people actually,
Yeah.
Sure.
What are you talking about?
sure, not Chinese.
Yeah.
Nothing Malay about you.
Malay people got beard.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So how did you overcome this whole health issue? We need the conclusion to that so we can move on.
My dad
Brought
told
you
me
to
when I was a
this.
child. He said that he heard that if you firmly believe in something, that will happen. I didn't understand the concept of belief in that sense, but I remember that at night, when I would go to sleep,
Yeah.
I would simply just in my head I would just say in German, Neurodermitis, geh weg, dermatitis, go away,
Okay.
and I repeated it and I repeated it,
Every single night.
and I believed one day I'd be better.
Right.
And at the same time, I also was very, very interested in, because I was separated from everything. It was like I was isolated. I had no friends per se. Whenever I had friends, because kids don't understand, they would just bully me. I was the perfect victim.
Like, what kind of bully do you get? Like,
Well-
like what's the worst that you've gotten?
Ugly ninja, because I had small eyes, right? So I look like a Japanese.
Yeah.
So they're like, ugly ninja, who do you think you are? Blah blah blah. Because everybody around me was German, was white.
Yeah.
Right? So I grew up thinking that I am, well, at the bottom of society. The only thing I had was a very supportive father who was doing well. But friends and so on, very hard for me to find people. So anyway, I also, because I read a lot about biology, I was interested in technology. My first word was ata, by the way, which is auto, which is car. I could name car brands before I could even speak.
Oh shit.
Which is
That early?
which is why my passion is cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense, man.
It just started very early. My dad was a car freak when he was younger.
Yeah.
So he had all the BMWs, all the M models.
What did your dad do?
He was an import and export businessman. So basically, there is a big company called Henkel and Schwarzkopf in Germany. Maybe you've seen Schwarzkopf if you go to a barber shop or
Schwarzkopf, yeah.
Schwarzkopf, yeah.
Yeah.
Means blackhead.
Yeah.
That's why the logo is a blackhead.
All
So,
right.
so anyway, I think they merged Henkel and Schwarzkopf.
Yeah.
And they have products like hair products, cosmetics,
Yeah.
detergents.
Yeah.
It goes very, very far. And in the early 60s, 70s, they only had their factory, but they didn't have exporters. So they had this one plant, one production, and my dad was the one getting the products and moving it across country.
Yeah.
Somewhere to
Okay,
Maldives,
okay.
South America, and so on. So my dad traveled a lot. He traveled
Okay.
all over the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, particularly because of that, my dad's like, he's not typically German. He's very well traveled. He knows a lot of things. And that knowledge, he always, like, whenever he came back from his travels, he would always, tell me about what he's seen. He would share his knowledge. And my dad is like, what the hell?
Okay, just don't touch the camera.
No, my dad is absolutely, for me, the most, I wouldn't say perfect. Nobody's perfect, but he's the closest to perfect to me.
Like, I mean, the fact that you, I would say, like, your early childhood, you actually grew up with your parents.
Yes.
Right, not with the kids.
My father
right?
and my mother were everything. They were always there.
Yeah.
But I also had a lot of anger because of what happened to me, and my parents couldn't understand because they couldn't relate.
Right.
So parents are parents, and the peer group, the people that you grow up with, the people that are around you, the words that you learn from them, and so on. They are a big part of your education when you grow up.
Yeah.
So there's only so much parents can do.
True.
And so at some point, I think, I wouldn't say that, I would almost say that I took their love for granted. I couldn't really feel it anymore because, everything was just shit.
Because you had
Everything
so much
was just
anger.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My body, everything was shit for me. I suffered and suffered and suffered.
Yeah.
Every freaking day. And I was just so used to it. I couldn't tell what's nice anymore.
Right.
The only thing that was nice is just being by myself and my books, reading about dinosaurs, cars, airplanes, biology. So, and then to go back to your question, I learned that the body is completely exchanged within every 7 years. So every cell of your body will have
it dies.
changed,
Yeah.
died off and reborn and so on.
Yeah.
So 7 years, every 7 years, your body, particularly when you're growing up,
Yeah.
changes. And so it was that by the age of 14, there was this one day where my mom just got so fed up with me. And she says, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah. Fed up with you
Eat-
because what? You just had so much anger.
I was a pain in the ass of a boy as a kid, I
Yeah.
think. I was just wanted to play my game. I didn't.
But you still
know.
had this whole issue.
Yeah. I said, you know what, just eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Bye. Left.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Opened the fridge and there was chocolate that I had never tried in my life. There was this, and I stuffed my face with it. I said,
Yeah.
fuck it, I just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Next day I woke up and I was expecting to be scratched because I scratch in my sleep,
Yeah.
right? I was expecting to be bloody all over.
Yeah.
I woke up and everything was fine.
Damn.
I ran down like, mom,
Rheumatitis go away. What?
I'm fine.
Mom, I should have eaten chocolate all
I'm
these fucking
fine.
years.
So I had my first
Yeah.
scrambled egg when I was
Yeah.
14, 15. at
Oh my
first-
fucking god! You've never
Change
had
your
scrambled
life,
eggs.
dude.
I was in clinics. The first meat I was allowed to eat was turkey meat, then chicken, then lamb, then beef, then pork.
Yeah.
Right? So slowly, in terms of whatever I'm allergic to.
Yeah. So when you went down to your mom and be like, "Mom, like, I'm cured."
Yeah.
I'm not cured, but we can now slowly look, we have hope.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And ever since then, gradually, things got better.
It's got better.
Right.
But because earlier, before that, when my friends at school just had one thing their parents packed something for them for lunch, and I would just take a bite and terus I would scratch. I would scratch. I would like something.
I'm
would,
getting itchy. I don't know why.
Something I would get rashes and itch,
Yeah.
and I would have an allergic reaction. But the allergic reaction was not there,
Shit.
and so slowly, I really got back into normal life.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. It was a miracle.
Damn.
Did the Hitler doctor blew his own mind?
Yeah. It was like.
No, I mean,
after
I don't
the
exactly
your
know when
sin
we
today.
stopped going there.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I was
okay.
there. I was there for several weeks. I underwent several tests, and every single time, blood test, this test, prick test, whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he would tell me you can only eat. The first year was only potatoes, carrots, water, salt. Half a year, I think.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Nothing else.
Sucks.
And I drank water, sparkling water or water, until I was 15. Nothing else. No apple juice, no milk, nothing.
Dude, that's not a way to.
The first sip of
Yeah.
Coke must have
Bro.
blew your.
No. The first
hands
thing
off.
I was allowed to drink apple juice of made from Golden Delicious. That's one kind of.
Oh, okay.
Golden Delicious is one kind
Yeah.
of apple.
Yeah.
So that apple juice I could drink. Oh my god, I was addicted to that stuff.
Damn, dude, for
Damn.
sure.
Oh my
man.
god, this
Yeah,
is
it's
so
your
good.
first
This
ever, dude,
flavor.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Sparkling water can only go so far
Huh?
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
flavor.
It's quite tasteless.
Yeah.
Dude, to be
so-
honest, dude, because I mean, of course, all of us are. We had a very very normal like childhood when we
Plus
actually
in
growing up.
Malaysia,
Yeah.
so every type of food had intense flavors
Yeah, in terms
all
of
the time.
exactly.
You know
Like
what I mean?
Possible for
like
me.
the food, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
run
yeah,
around the
yeah.
garden, we can play with the chicken, we can run around, we can play football.
Particularly, let's
Calm
say,
down. We didn't have to play with the chickens.
I mean, I had like
Oh, you had-
I
yeah,
chickens
yeah.
in my house, in my kampong. But the fact that you couldn't do any of that,
Yeah, it's
and
insane,
also
dude.
it's very important, especially at the age of for a child. At the age of 1 to 7 is when you absorb as much as you can. But at that age,
Yeah, dude.
dude, you were scratching the entire fucking 7 years. Dude, that was insane.
That's a way to
childhood.
put it. You were scratching for years.
Yeah. Dude, that was insane.
I believe that it kind of shaped my social abilities or disabilities back then. Being bullied and being outcast and just resorting just being in my own head. That's my only comfort zone.
Right.
Which even nowadays makes me zone out, be distracted a
Yeah.
lot. I prefer when in a proper conversation, I prefer to have my phone with me.
Yeah.
Be on the phone while listening to you, and everybody thinks it's rude. But
Yeah,
for me, it's
I
like,
see you do that all the time.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I can actually focus better.
Yeah.
I have problems normally looking people in the eye. I
Why?
really had to train myself looking
Why?
people in the eye. Because they're judging. Eyes are judging.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look away.
Yeah.
And I still
Oh, that's the reason why.
No, now I know you, you're my friends. I trust you.
Yeah.
But with strangers,
You're
it's
a bit-
very hard for me sometimes to establish
Yeah.
my presence and also show a little bit of confidence. Confidence goes a long way.
Yeah.
And being called things and names and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It makes you scared. Most of the time, just scared. It makes you like humans are shit.
Yeah.
Humans are bad.
even at the age that you're in right now, right? Do you still understand and feel that whenever
Of
you're
course.
meeting people?
Oh, of course.
But I'm sure at this age you understand the fact, oh, this is the feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Oh, yeah,
but
of
do you do something about it? Be like, hey, I'm no longer like.
Well, can you rewrite your first chapter? No.
Oh, you can't.
It's there. It's written.
Yeah.
It's written. It's like basically as you grow up with your languages, you cannot suddenly be a German.
Yeah.
You can change who you are.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's your
Yeah.
history. That's your track
Yeah.
record. So you can make the best out of it, and as a human being, you're able to adapt to things and to reflect upon things. But it's not very common for people to reflect upon themselves.
Right.
To like look at themselves and be like, okay, what could I do better about myself?
Yeah.
It is easier to just blame everybody around you
True.
for whatever shortcoming.
True.
So that means after that, like after this whole incident, and then during your teens, like of course half of your teen is still dealing with the issue itself, and then after that is when obviously you got a lot better.
Basically, life started
The moment,
after
the
14.
moment, like the moment I hit puberty, 14, 15, 16, is like when I had my first experiences with, let's say, with the other gender.
Yeah.
I had my first experiences with people who are cool, being cool, whatnot. I became a social chameleon because I didn't know who I was. In that
Right.
sense.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know where
yeah.
my place was. So
Yeah,
I tried to be
understand.
like, whatever I found interesting, I just simply adapted to it.
Yeah.
And I never formed a personality that I said, this is typically Michael. This is me, and this is not. So I was completely vulnerable to whatever influence. When somebody criticized, I would try to amend to make that person like me. Because it's so fragile, it's like you're shaping yourself.
Makes
I do the
sense.
same thing.
And then
I
suddenly
did the same thing last time.
somebody tells you you're this, you're that. Oh really? Oh yeah, you must be right. If you're saying that, you must be right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you adapt to it, and then you're basically spending all your years trying to please other people.
True.
Yeah.
But people are never happy.
True.
And never saying no to anyone. So then the first thing when a girl liked me, I was blown away.
Yeah, for sure.
Not in a sexual sense.
Yeah.
but
What
yeah.
age was that?
15?
Oh man.
No, but I was like, how could a woman like me?
Yeah.
And that must be it. And I'm like, oh my God, why?
Yeah.
Right? I couldn't believe it. And I wouldn't be able to discern whether something's good for me or bad for me.
True.
And then to actually know that I know that people can be cruel. And I knew that. But the moment they're not cruel to me, I would just blindly trust them.
Okay.
So the first step for me is like looking at everybody like in a way that, oh, okay. But the moment they're actually nice, oh, take my heart.
yeah.
But then dealing with something that we call manipulation. I never
But at
knew
the point
that.
of time, you were very naive. So like,
I have been naive all my freaking life.
Yeah.
And it's taken me 35 years to overcome certain situations, to not try to, even nowadays, I try to just, you know what, honestly, if whatever makes you happy, I'm fine with it, even if it takes a toll on me. I would always put other people first. And then sometimes something within me would put me first. And that clashes.
okay.
It's like basically, I believe, oh my God, this is going to be very...
It's okay. Bring it up.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
fine.
It's a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is such a vast topic.
It's fine.
Okay, so I believe that what we're made of, it's not just, we're not a biocomputer. We're not
Okay.
just a human being, and whenever that human being dies, everything fades.
Yeah.
I believe there's a soul to it,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And the soul is one thing, and then we have an inner child, which is basically us, our conscious, the thing, our inner compass,
Yeah.
which gives us directions, which gives us feelings, a gut feeling, if you want to say
Your
so.
instinct.
Your instinct, something that's very, very powerful and knows what you're actually supposed to do this lifetime. And sometimes you feel like, completely empty. You know these situations? You sit somewhere and you be like, I don't know why, but I feel, meh. I feel empty. I feel...
What's the point of all of this?
Yeah. So basically, like, your compass tells you to go somewhere, but your body's not following.
Yeah.
So,
And
Rick,
your body
Amir-
speaks louder than your words.
Yeah, Rick and Amir, this is who you are this lifetime. This is your human form. This is what you're born into. You didn't choose what you are born into. Yeah. And well, ensuingly, you can be overly proud of what you're born into.
Yeah.
You can't say, oh yeah, I'm hotter than anybody else. No, nobody here in this world chose their bodies.
True.
Chose what they would look like.
Yeah.
You were given, this is the cards you were dealt.
Yeah.
And you got to do the best with it. And the only thing you can be better at and become more beautiful at is being the person you are.
Yeah.
Right? Being a good person. Being also very fair to yourself.
Yeah.
Because the only person that matters, you and your wife, you go to sleep, right? And you hug each other. But when you fall asleep, your dreams are yours, not hers.
Yeah.
You are an individual.
Sometimes in that dream, I hug somebody else. and then I get in trouble.
And yeah, in her dreams, you hug somebody else.
That's the problem. I'm hugging nobody. They're fighting dragons in that dream. Damn, bro.
Damn, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, that's
I
deep.
love
But
that.
you need to understand this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to respect the fact that we're literally on our own, no matter how close we
Yeah.
are with people. And the best friend we need to keep is ourselves. And I've neglected and treated myself like shit for so many years. And it's not done me good.
Yeah.
Are you, because we talked about this last week, are you a yes man?
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no.
that's good,
I'm a no man.
Okay.
In a healthy relationship with yourself, a healthy confidence is never a miss. It's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
I never had that. So it was a reality check for me, and I learned a little bit about what might I have been doing wrong to myself. How unfair was I?
Yeah.
Just because other people taught you things, who are they
Yeah.
to tell you? So what really, really changed me was coming to Malaysia. Because that was
When you come to Malaysia?
in 2012 for the first time.
Why did you come here?
I had a very disappointing experience with a former business partner,
Oh, okay.
in which we were not officially partners. So I had already, oh my god.
Wait, what happened? Does that have to do with Project A or
No,
prior to Project
no,
A?
before Project A, after school.
Yeah.
So I had a friend at school that knew somebody that was in clothing,
Okay.
and that was also in music and doing concerts and whatnot. Nigerian guy, nice guy actually, but he's just trying to eke out a living in Germany.
Yeah.
So he made me, he introduced me to him, and he told me that he was offered the license to produce clothes under the brand name Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Rough Riders, you know DMX, you know.
Oh, DMX,
Dallas
okay,
Kids,
okay,
you know
okay.
EVE.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I kind of liked the idea. So I started a little business with him, and then soon after was offered the license, and then my dad was like, "I'll support you,"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and then he acquired the license.
This is high school.
That is after high school.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
At the age of 21, 23. So we started this company, and I would make clothes. I would design clothes because I was always good at arts.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, being somebody that's actually away from a lot of people, isolated. What do? You read, you educate
Do
yourself,
things, yeah.
you be creative.
Yeah.
You did graphic designing before as well,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
All
you used to
right.
be graphic designer as well.
My brand logo I designed myself. you know. So I had a talent for that, and I had talent for languages.
So what
Put it-
happened with that clothing business?
Well, I started that. We did clothes, and I designed them, and then we organized concerts with German celebrities, and even in the end flew to New York to meet DMX and DMX's concerts. DMX and I, we made. He asked me, "Can you start a new brand for me?"
Yeah.
DMX?
DMX.
DMX. You know
The DMX?
Yeah.
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 Jack and Billy's uncle?
No, DMX. DMX and I.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
He was so huge.
He was
Back in the days,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we met, and then he said, Can we make a brand called Bloodline?" So I created a logo. I created clothes for him. Went on a photo shoot to Miami with him, and yeah, and
Damn, so
made
he flew you out there.
I flew there on my own account,
Yeah.
but I made clothes for him for that. That was a time before WhatsApp existed
Okay.
and stuff, right? Went to New York to the studios and all this stuff. Met people, and I designed his outfit for VMA Awards.
Oh wow.
That's insane, dude.
That's so different from what you're doing right now.
It is, and it's not
Yeah.
a story. It's quite an untold story.
Yeah.
And then DMX got into more and more scandals. And
I mean,
got locked up for a lot of things. And it wouldn't work. We wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to use him as a figurehead or somebody to pull the
Yeah,
brand.
yeah.
because it's not a good
And
influence
I
anymore.
had never had, look, the least motivation in my life until the present day is actually money. I'm not interested in money, which is a big bad thing actually, but it was always about expressing myself, working on myself, making people happy, these things, and enjoying life.
Right.
It's more important to me than making money. my dad never uttered to me or emphasized to me the importance of money. He never made me money minded. I was always just, he always just wanted to see me happy.
Right.
So my happiness and just learning and growing and so on became paramount.
Yeah.
Paramount.
Yeah.
And then again, sharing what I've got, sharing knowledge, sharing energy with people.
Yeah.
I had conversations like this before podcasts even existed with my
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
And I would
Yeah.
always be the one talking. I really had a very clear understanding of how I see life. For example, money. Why do I not like money? Money is created by men.
Yeah.
Money is human made.
Yeah.
And money is, you can lose money, you can make it again.
Yeah.
You can lose time, it's gone.
Very true.
It's gone, right? So I make my moments count. I've always done it. I've traveled, I've spoken. I like to speak to people. I like to learn. But at the same time, I'm also susceptible to manipulation
Yeah. Yeah.
because I've never really grown a proper firewall, if you
Yeah,
will.
okay.
Would you say your travel to maybe like during this whole phase of having DMX in your life, and you had to travel a lot, did that open your eyes a lot more on
Yeah, a
like
bit too.
different culture, different people,
Yeah.
and then that really got you into like the whole alignment of the fact that like this is what I love doing, traveling, meeting people and things like that.
No, I mean, I need to add that my dad was a good businessman. He was affluent. He enabled me and my sisters to have a good life and
Right.
travel, and he would always be able to give us great family holidays.
I understand.
My mother and father are still together.
Yeah.
They're very loving.
Yeah. They love each other. I can see them.
They have
I see that.
an amazing. They've created an amazing bond among me and my sisters.
that's
I've actually hardly ever met any family that is as loving as my family. I'm excluding myself right here because I put myself 10,000 kilometers away.
alright.
But we have this family chat where you just see, thank you for dinner, I love you, I love you, I love you. There's so much love going on.
Yeah, it's great.
So I have two amazing sisters, the pride of my life actually, and two equally amazing and loving parents.
So when you were running the shirt business with your business partner at that point of time when you were 21, 22, like were there involvement from your dad as well
Yes.
in that?
Yeah. But he gave me a free hand.
Oh, okay.
And you were asking before this, you were asking whether those travels made me open my eyes. No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
traveled a lot with my
Yeah.
family before. And my dad would always, because I'm the only son, so he'd
Yeah.
always tell me about his stories. Because he's well traveled, well seasoned, so he would always have stories to tell.
Yeah.
And I absorbed them. I absorbed them. I have a very, in German we say Kopfkino. Kopf is
Yeah.
head, Kino is cinema. So whatever he would tell me, I made stories, I made images, I made movies in my head.
Oh, okay.
So I had a very, because I'm
Very
I'm-
visually
I'm a bit-
driven,
I'm very
imaginative.
visual. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very artsy as well. So
Yeah.
I like to put things into pictures in my mind. So all these stories are pictures in my head, are movies in my head.
Yeah.
And I absorbed it. My dad was always he has a very vast common knowledge, and I love that. I love that. I love knowing. I hate not knowing.
Yeah.
Even nowadays, and we have everything at the tap of your finger. you know.
Yeah.
Wikipedia, we have a lot. So whenever something comes into my mind,
ChatGPT.
it's just-
Yeah.
no, I don't use that.
Oh.
I've never used it, to be honest.
What? Why?
Not even once.
Mike, you're missing out, dude. Adapt.
Yeah, I know, but I've not used it
Okay,
yet.
you should. Okay.
I just installed it last week actually because I asked
Yeah.
I asked my partner something.
My important question is, right, like knowing the fact that like, hey, you're very close to your mom, very close to your dad, like you love your sisters as well, then why did you have to leave them?
I wouldn't say that I'm particularly close to them. My own parents are, I would say, borderline scared of me. They are like, oh, we can't talk to him now because I'm sometimes I'm very moody, and I have short temper, and sometimes I can get quite rude. I can get quite, like unfriendly. Because if somebody doesn't understand, why do you not understand? Blah, 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 blah. I can get like a real dick. I can become a real dick. And my mother is a very, My mother's had a very, very tough life, coming as the only foreigner
Yeah.
into this family, because me and my sister are born in Germany. We speak German like we're Germans.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have our language. My mom has never acquired the same level of German that a
Okay.
normal German would speak. She speaks German as a primary language. She's forgotten all her Malay.
Yeah.
Her English is pretty good, but
Okay.
German is the language, and she would never be able to express herself the way we do. And she's troubled in her own ways as well from her
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very unfair. It's very unfair how things played out. Yeah. It's like 4 ganging up on one sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my mom to bits, and I think she's the most amazing mother, but I fail at showing her that. I mean, I'm quite honestly, I fail at showing her that. And even to my dad,
Yeah.
that's always been my role model, the strong guy. And now that
Yeah.
he's fading, he's 74,
Yeah.
you see that he's forgetting a lot of things, that he's very fragile and all that. It's like it's breaking my heart,
Okay.
because I can only see him once or twice a year.
Understand.
And then every time I see him, it's getting worse. And I don't want to acknowledge that. And I don't want to miss them.
How old are your parents?
74 and 71.
Hey, still very young.
Yeah.
74 and 71.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Like,
okay.
like you can still travel and things
Well, you
like that.
saw them dancing on my birthday.
Yeah, your mom was like,
No, they're amazing, bro.
On
They,
it.
they are absolutely amazing. But let me put it that way. We visited Germany this year. And I saw my uncle, his brother, for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. He's 79 now. 4 or 5 years, see him once. And another 4 or 5 years to see him next time. I will not see him, not even 10 times more in this lifetime. Heaven forbid, but you know it's realistic.
yeah.
You have to accept the fact that everything in life is finite.
Yeah.
It dawns on you, it's like, shit, I was just a kid. And
Yeah.
life was just a game a minute ago.
Right.
But it's not. It's not. It's fucking real.
Yeah.
And if you don't get up and move your ass and do things now, you will never. You can't postpone. You can't move things for tomorrow. You can't be lazy.
Yeah, exactly. So let's bring it back a little bit more. I think
Okay.
we are moving a bit too forward.
I'm telling you, I have
into
too many things to say.
Yeah, exactly. So much. Yeah, let's pull it back. I want to come back to the reasons of you coming to Malaysia, and then I want to get into as well like the career that you have
Yes.
right now, right?
Okay.
That's what I want to focus a bit more before moving forward. So what was the journey like coming to Malaysia? What was the reason you come back? And your mom's still there. If you're coming back here, why is your mom still there? If your mom obviously would want to come back with you as well.
No, my mom wouldn't want to come back here.
Oh, okay.
My mom turned her back on Malaysia when she was 17. She got a scholarship. She was one of Malaysia's best 70 students.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she studied in Birmingham. And she had issues with her family. They were very pious and traditional Malay. They wanted to marry her to someone and so on. And she just wanted to have her. She got an exit ticket and she took it. And my mom ever since lived away from Malaysia, 17 and then gone. And then spent time in England, and at one point got married, got divorced, no kids, and then on a holiday she met my dad. And then the rest is history. What made me come to Malaysia? A disappointment in business. And then
Because the clothing business was
no, it
like
was
that.
a different business. It was after the clothing business. I actually helped a friend in automotive.
Okay.
So I made, with him, we were basically pioneers in this field of hybrid turbos. Turbos, for you, Amir, are
What is a turbo? Nah, dude, I think
is a component. Is a component.
Yeah. What is turbo?
Is a component to the engine that actually
Yeah.
force induces air into the engine, generating more horsepower.
Okay.
So this car over there, right in 7 Series, it has a turbo.
Oh, okay.
And if you modify it, it can actually deliver even more air and make even more power,
Right.
which is called a hybrid turbo. And so we started doing that stuff. And he only spoke Polish and German. He didn't speak English. And he was not very talented in marketing or design. So I designed his logo. I I basically represented his company all over to all the customers in English, handled things, did calculations and tables and how we would actually set our pricing and all that. And at one point he got involved with day trading. before crypto times. It was
Yeah.
day trading, and then he took money of the company, 70,000 euros,
God.
to hold his leverage,
Yeah.
and lost it all. And I said, you know, that I also work for this money, and his response was, "Well, you're just my little secretary. You're."
So you did not
don't know this
own the company at that
I
point?
did
in
not
time?
own. I was never an official partner. He promised me that for the work that I invested one day, I will become one. Good-hearted as I was, I did. And then, yeah, nada.
Shit.
So I upped and left. I left everything. I never went back, not even once.
Yeah.
And I left, and then I told my parents I want to go to Malaysia.
Right.
And I went. My grandmother was still alive. Visited all of them. And spoke to my uncle.
Yeah.
One of my uncles is in UMW Toyota.
Oh, okay.
And he has connections to dealers because Toyota also handles Lexus and so on. He said one of his clients just recently had acquired a Volkswagen dealership,
Okay.
and they have a private racing team, and they want to build a car. And they want to build a Golf R for the racetrack. And I said,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
exactly what I've been doing for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
So in 2012, I met up with the son of the owner of Wing Hin Toyota. It's the largest privately owned Toyota dealership in Asia. Amazing guy, and we came to the conclusion: let's start a brand. And we started a brand that we named ProArt, Project ART, which you could say automobileran technology or automotive racing technology. So we just came up with something. I said it didn't really matter to me what it was. It just needs to be a catchy logo.
Yeah.
And we started it, and it was based out of his Volkswagen dealership in Balakong. And since I was a white guy, just recently arrived in Malaysia, I got involved with other white people, like other white guys that just, I just met people and they said, hey, let's hang out. So nightlife, party, drinks, girls. This is when everything changed for me. When I had actually low self-esteem before I came here, suddenly things came flying
Your
to me.
values like up there.
No, it's not about the values.
Because you're Mat Salleh, bro.
No,
Kat Malaysia, Mat Salleh kat Malaysia, you think what?
Women here work differently.
What do you mean?
I would say that there is a group of women here that do not care about who you are or what you're from. They only care about what you look like and what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very shallow. And I fell for that.
All right.
A lot.
Yeah.
How have you dated in Germany?
The way you said it, dude.
Is it a lot different than
Yeah.
dating girls here? Really? Like how would you say?
Let's say like this.
Okay.
If you go to Germany, as somebody who's non-German and doesn't know anything about the culture or anything, you would probably start eating trash first before you go to the luxury menu.
Right.
You cannot discern what's good or bad, so you probably, whatever comes to you first.
Yeah.
You'll take.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, like the flies come when the shit's there.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get attracted to what sees the benefit in you because you're gullible, easily accessible, and usable, and you fall prey to it.
Right.
So that's what happened to me.
Right.
And slowly, I mean, I've been so impervious, always believing in the good in all these things. All these things, and it took me many years of my life, and I lost the first company, my partner, who is he's now a friend of mine again. We don't really hang, but he was so disappointed in me, he kicked me out.
Why?
Because I was just unreliable. I was just partying. I was just having fun. I didn't give a shit about money. I thought you came from down there.
Yeah.
Suddenly you think you're so full of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Suddenly all the attention goes to you and you're like, oh yeah, I want more of that. It's like if you're a beggar and you suddenly become a millionaire overnight, what do? You waste it all.
Yeah.
Because suddenly you've got power you never thought you had, and you exploit it.
Yeah.
You use it.
It didn't give you time to digest and understand the power that you actually have.
I would say that the best thing in life and the most important thing in life is balance. It's never one extreme. Because extremes are like a pendulum. It swings to that side and it swings all the way back.
Yeah.
The best way it is just hanging in the middle.
Yeah.
Not good, not bad. Somewhere in the middle, balanced, unaffected. This is how you should be as a person.
Yeah. So that's when he kicked you out. But you were a partner in that business as well.
I was.
Yeah.
Everything he did, he really did everything in due diligence. He did it properly for us. He did everything right. He's a friend to my family. He's an amazing guy. An amazing guy with a lot of workload, a lot of stress, a family of his own. Nothing bad to say about him, Sean. Nothing bad about it. What he did was absolutely right. And he even, like, when I reconnected with him, he was he was proud. He was happy that because that kick, that rock bottom, left me with this one choice.
So that was your rock bottom.
That was my awakening.
Okay.
It was, are you gonna get up and do it right?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna go home to daddy? He said, sorry, dad, I wasted everything.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Dad always had protected me.
Yeah.
Always. Until the present day, he will always want to protect me.
Yeah.
Even when I'm 40 years old, he
Yeah.
wants to freaking protect me.
Yeah.
I'm saying the best thing I ever did is go out there into the wilderness and survive on my own. That is the
Yeah.
best
Best
lesson
thing.
life taught me.
Yeah.
So I said, Dad, I have a vision. I changed my logo. I was angry. I had anger in my heart. I had motivation. That just fueled my fire.
Yeah.
I already knew how I was going to change my logo. I already know what I was going to call it. I already knew exactly what I was going to do. I had a dealer in Bangkok, Motion Garage, newly formed. They trusted me, so they followed me. My ex-partner opened with another guy, opened another tuning brand. They brought in from Netherlands. And they were trying to compete and say they thought that I was never going to ever be able to compete with them.
Okay.
And they actually pitched an idea to the guys from Bangkok, but they decided to stick with me. So I created this whole new brand. I created Project A, and I needed a local partner to open a business.
Okay.
So my former customer and friend Joshua became a partner suddenly. We started Project A Malaysia, and I was so motivated. I was so fired up. We started out from a sofa like this, exactly like this, in Bukit Jalil in a hi-fi shop, car hi-fi.
This is so far of success.
Yeah, it's exactly like this. We were sitting in a car hi-fi shop.
Yeah.
I had a computer.
Yeah.
I had a tuning tool. I had the tuning software.
Yeah.
And I taught myself everything.
So
Yeah.
this is when you actually had like a huge like this surge like motivation in you, and you wanted to really make something out of yourself because
I think
you messed up really bad.
Yes, I think one of the most important things that a man can experience in life is failure. Failure with consequence. There's a lot of situations where we can talk ourselves out of. We can say sorry, we can do whatever, we can beg, we can, implore.
Yeah.
But at some point it's inevitable. You fucked up.
Yeah.
And you gotta suffer.
Yeah.
And you gotta deal with this.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with this? Do you deal with resignation?
Yeah.
Do you deal with it? Do you answer with resignation, or do you actually feel even more motivated to freaking do it right this time?
Yeah.
And I believe there is only so many chances you're given in this lifetime. Like right now, if I would have to start over, I wouldn't know if I would have the energy it would take. Although they say a lot of people that are older than I and successful people, they say that their prime started in their 40s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So yeah, not for me to judge right now because that's where I am, status quo.
Yeah.
I can't look into the future, but I sure as hell don't look back. I look into the present and I look into tomorrow,
Yeah.
and not much further than that.
Okay.
Anything else is anticipation, hope, and whatever. And you know what hope does? It leads to disappointment. So I try to live my best right now. And yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm still working on it, figuring it out. But yeah. So, long story short, this is when I hit rock bottom. This is when I said, okay, I changed my strategy. I changed everything. I need a new partner. I want to be in Malaysia, so I needed somebody. Like I said, my friend Joshua, he was there. He was interested in what I do. He's very smart man, very into cars, and Chinese means. And a smart one at that, because he speaks all the dialects. He speaks Malay, he speaks English. He's very it's perfect for that. So he was there is there for sales. He brings people together, and he knows how to sell the product, and I know how to make the product. I have the knowledge, I have the connections,
Right.
I have all the people that have been trusting me for more than a decade.
Right.
And so I bring all that here to Malaysia. And now after 8 years of operation, I am proudly saying that we're the only brand of our kind that came out of Asia and into other countries, not the other way around.
Okay.
Normally, what you would have
Maybe
is you
somewhere
would have a
overseas,
Malaysian
yeah.
that sees a product from America, from England, because
Yeah.
they speak English, right?
try
So they'd
to
be like,
bring
okay, I'm interested in your product. Can I be your dealer?
Yeah.
And they bring it into Malaysia.
Yeah.
For us, it's the other way around. We go to America, we go
Yeah.
to Australia, we go to other countries.
Yeah. You do travel a lot.
I do travel, but it's not only about that. That's for presence. It's for also, like last year, last year we opened Jakarta,
Yeah.
Indonesia. Been doing quite well. Have very lovely, intelligent, driven boys. 24 years young, both of them.
Oh, wow.
Very, very mature for their age, and they love cars, and they are very smart. They really know how they run the business. And then on actually, it was a funny story. Last year for New Year's, my friend Roger was like, "Where did we go for New Year's?"
Yeah.
Malaysia's a bit boring. It's always the same thing. Let's go Ho Chi Minh. Oh yeah, I've never been to Vietnam. Let's go. So we went to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, and then there was. I remember when I got there, I had a contact that was buying files from me, and
Was that Yui?
buying?
Was that Yui? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like 1st of January this year. I'm like, are you there? Let's meet up. And then we hung out, and I showed him how I work. We got to know each other, and we started this whole thing.
Damn.
And
That's crazy.
so Vietnam was opened.
Yeah.
This is how I freaking love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love just going cold visits, meeting people.
Yeah.
When I go to new markets, I stay with the people. I don't go to hotels. I stay
Yeah.
with
Oh,
whoever's in this. I
okay.
stay with them because I want to know how they work.
Yeah.
Right? I want to absorb all that. And it really helps me in business and helps me as a person as well to make my life, expand my horizon, seeing how they work.
Yeah.
And now I have a pretty profound knowledge of how people work all over the world.
I kind of like low key came up with a question for this as well, because like every stage of your life, when you're looking at it in a decade standpoint, right? 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. 30 to 40, 40 to 50, right?
Yeah.
Every single decade that you have in your life, there's always, when you're at the early stage of that decade in your age, right, you always be like, hey, this is how I'm going to live like right now. Like maybe in the 20s, I'm going to work really hard. Like I will learn as much as I can. I can do all I want to do all that I want to actually like maybe like make a career, build a career and things like that. At the age of 30, you're like, okay, I already know what I want, but I'm going to work really hard and like make a lot of money out of this. But you just turned 40.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm very sure that you actually have goals for different decades that you have in different years. Right? So the fact that you just turned 40, do you have a life goal based on the experiences that you actually had before?
I would say that I'm a late bloomer. So I believe that my 30s were actually my 20s.
Okay.
In which I partied, I had fun, I womanized, I did all these things.
Right.
I did I caused damage, I caused havoc to people, to myself. I did good things. Give and take, right? It was never everything is just purely good, never everything is just purely bad.
Yeah.
And whatever was bad, whatever was a disappointment, whatever was a pain and a heartache or headache, you can actually use it as a lesson to create even better things in the future. So, like I said, you are the sum of your experiences, and I very much appreciate all my experiences, the good and the bad ones, particularly the bad ones, because I think in life the most important thing to know is what you don't want. Because potentially you just want everything. You want a Lamborghini, you want this, you want that. But knowing for sure that you don't want that is very relieving. It's very, very calming and reassuring. I don't need that. I don't want that. It's a very powerful thing to say. Right? Because that's not me. A little step closer to knowing who you are and what you're meant to do, and that puts you a lot at peace. Because as a man of many talents and many interests, your mind is everywhere. Everywhere. You want this, you want that. Nothing's ever good enough. And that is very bad for your health, for your mental health. Wanting everything not being sure how to get there, it puts a lot of pressure on yourself, and you don't deserve that.
Right.
So I think that my 40s will be about being a lot more calm, being more focused. I want to dedicate that. I want to dedicate my next 10 years to actually finding a lot of calm and peace in who I am and what I am, what I'm doing, rather than going out seeking validation and entertaining friends that are not really friends. Because for me, and then that's one of the very, very, very hard lessons that I had to learn in the last 10 years is being friends, finding friends in Malaysia. You got a million bros, none of which actually knows shit about you.
Okay.
But they're all bro. They're all bro. And they're a bro as long as you're fun. It's like in the nightlife, you're bro because you can drink like a fish, or you're bro because you're cool, or you're bro because you brought people along, or whatever. But the moment you stop going out, they completely forget about you.
Yeah.
You were never meaningful. And that's the illusion that people follow. I've seen people that have been going out for the last 10 years. I saw them when they were 40, now they're 50. They're still doing the same thing. They're just aged.
Yeah.
Do you want to dedicate your life to that? It's basically, you're already dead.
Yeah.
Because you haven't grown, you haven't progressed.
True.
Yeah.
So,
That's 10 years.
whatever, I mean, New Year resolution, last year was value added. What value does this and that person add to my life? Because if you don't, it means you cost. It means you slow me down. It means there's no justification for your existence in my life. And that has helped me quite a bit.
What about this year? Have you figured out what your next year?
My next year will be basically continuing that. I mean, I had different expectations of his life, of this year. I was thinking that this year would be a little better in terms of business growth, in terms of personal growth. But if I come to think of it, it actually gave me a lot. It gave me a lot, particularly my trip back to Europe.
Yeah.
We had a very good time in Europe and reconnecting with people that I had known for more than, 20 years. It grounds you. Lest you forget, if you're not from here, from the country that you're currently living in, there's no roots here.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in Germany, I know that I was born here. I have my family here. I can go to my family. I see my sisters. I see my friends that I've grown up with. It grounds you.
Yeah.
It charges you. Where do you recharge if you're in a place that you have no roots in? You're hovering. You're in the air.
Right.
You need to find your own zen zone. You need to find everything of your own. Nobody really knows you. Right? Nobody's there to really like just plug into you, and that sounds gay, but you know what I mean. Plug into you and then
Plug in.
and
Okay.
just really
Yeah, I get what you
replenishes you. And sometimes those people that you thought of were your good friends turn out to be just selfish
just there,
bastards.
just there because like of certain
Who to
reasons.
trust, who to actually, when I'm open about my feelings and about that, can I expect the same of you? Right? Can I expect that the sensibility, the sensitivity and all that of you? And I realized it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me. Like for me, I know that if you disappoint me, you disappoint me. It doesn't matter. It's your loss. But if it resonates with you and I get the same thing back, I know now I found a friend.
Damn. To be honest, if you think about it, right, like you are in such a state where it's in a very privileged space that you're in right now, where a lot of people would dream to actually have the life that you are having right now.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And then vice versa, I would also probably dream of their finances and their stability and whatever they have. Or let's say that they have assets all over the place, right? Or the good families that they have. That's something like I don't have a family yet. So they have the family. And this is something that I would envy. But envy is a very bad feeling. It's a very bad thing. You shouldn't envy anybody. You should be happy for them. And see them as an inspiration and be like, you know what? One day I'll have the same thing. I love you for that, and I'm so happy for you. One day you'll be happy for me. That is positive. I don't envy people.
A lot of advice that we need to take?
Mike, you're like my dad. Mike. You're gonna be my dad.
I have hair, so can't be.
Damn, Mike.
Damn.
To be honest, I think this is the reason why I actually like really wanted you to be in a podcast.
Yeah, dude.
It's because it's like it's beyond just like car tuning. It's beyond just like this career that I'm doing. I'm able to travel. I think it's just the person that you are really wanted me to like fuck. Like there's actually a lot more to Mike than just this. This happy-go-lucky, just drinking, partying. I like to have fun. I like everyone to have a good time.
It's just a mask, bro.
Yeah, that's
the party person that I am or whatever. I don't actually really like it.
yeah. Like I mean, there's always a front that any person have to do.
Yeah, dude.
Like have to do to, like in front of people. Like I'm sure deep inside as well. Like I feel that in my head that like deep inside you are a type of person. Even though not an introvert, but like there are a lot of life lessons in terms of experiences that you have actually like went through that I feel like not a lot of people know.
I am quite sure that that's actually true. I've experienced a lot in my life, which doesn't mean that I'm complete or that I'm beyond other people.
Yeah, of course not.
Because for me, sometimes I look at people who have a way simpler attitude and way simpler way of looking at things, and that makes them a lot happier.
Yeah.
Because the more you know, and the more you feel, and the more you've experienced, the harder it is to actually deal with it all. Simple minds can be made happy a lot easier. And sometimes, and you both as intellectual beings will probably resonate with this, you become your worst enemy. Your own thoughts
Yeah,
are
definitely.
your true competition.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, definitely.
Like recently, this year I had like a panic attack out of freaking nothing, honestly. And it was just like a battle with my own. Dude. The moment I got to the clinic, doctor was like, "Okay, you're just having a panic attack. You're not having a heart attack."
Health wise, like you're fine.
The moment he told me that, I straight away became okay. I'm like, right.
Yeah, you're battling with yourself. Is
You know what
I think-
Tupac said, right? Only God can judge me.
You know
And
what?
that
You know what Didi said, right?
Only
Baby, where's the oil? That's what
only
he
baby
said
oil
before
can.
he got caught.
But
dude.
only God
Sorry,
can judge me. And honestly, that has so much depth to it. It is just a saying, and it sounds very boastful. But if only God can judge you, because you know what, all the system, everything here is just made by humans. And we all have received injustice, even from the law itself.
Yeah.
We've all experienced it, how unjust people can be, and how bad whatever justice can actually be. And after all, even that system probably just decides for its own benefit.
True.
So who do you trust?
Yeah.
The only person who can really, really judge you is yourself.
Yeah.
And as that, you have a lot of power against yourself. And sometimes the battles in your own head are so strong you don't even want to get up in the morning.
True.
So this is very toxic. This is very, very bad. So the relationship that you really have to care about is the relationship between you and you.
Yeah.
And only then, if you are in sync with yourself and you and you decide, let's do this,
Yeah.
then you can actually make something happen.
Makes sense.
True.
Because nobody's going to do it for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Nobody is them. Very wise words from you, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Like-
didn't write them down either.
Yeah, it's okay. It's recorded. Coming to the end,
Yes,
the end
yes,
of
yes.
this
Yeah,
The
episode.
sun went down already.
Yeah, to be
Yeah.
honest, we actually have learned so much.
Yeah, dude.
and I think in terms of the objective towards why we wanted you to be in the podcast.
Yeah.
To be honest, we actually achieved the objective.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Did you?
Yeah.
I told Rick, dude, if you guys start talking about tuning, I'll just be doing the hand signs for the mute people who cannot understand.
Oh, you speak that?
No, I don't. Dude.
Yeah.
I only know what's go home.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay, insert. Yes, I know. It was such a great episode with Mike.
Doc.
Yeah,
We had a great conversation.
Yeah, we did.
I
A lot
was,
of great advice.
Yeah, I was afraid that it was only gonna be revolve around like car and car tuning, but I'm so happy that it
Same here.
wasn't. To be honest.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, you don't like cars?
Yeah, I love cars. I love cars.
Yeah, especially because we made yours
Yeah.
really good. Now.
Hey.
Especially because of that.
Hey, where's your car, by the way?
Huh?
Where's your car?
It's right there. You didn't see it?
Where?
It's just there.
Oh,
on the
shit.
side.
Yeah, sorry, it's so nondescript. I didn't even
It's
notice.
because it's yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning
watching,
in
yeah.
for this week's episode. Like, to be honest, if you guys are not inspired, if you guys don't learn from the life lessons that Mike have actually like said,
Nothing else can help you.
yeah. To be honest, nothing else can fucking help you guys.
Yeah,
I
man.
hope you guys had a great time actually like tuning
Yeah.
into this week's podcast. It is a bit more different, but at the same time as well, like I hope that every single one of you enjoyed, learned something, one or two things out of this podcast, and eventually just have a great time being the person that you are.
Who you?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, that
Yeah.
I think
Right?
that's the key message.
There's a key message
Be who
out of
you
all
are.
of
Who you
this,
are, yeah, man.
With that being said,
Said.
thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks,
You
Mike.
guys.
Yeah, we
thank
will
you.
we will
man.
put all the description
Yeah.
of your IG handle,
Oh God.
TikTok,
Yeah.
Oh God.
Project.
I don't have TikTok.
Ace,
Sorry, I
yeah.
don't have TikTok.
Twitter.
MySpace.
I don't have that either.
MySpace.
Don't have.
Oh, MySpace, Facebook.
Oh, don't have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike's 40, so he uses MySpace.
Okay, with
With that being said, guys,
Thank you so
we
much
are
for
signing
watching.
off from the ANR show.
Oh,
Alright, guys. Ciao, guys.
Yeah,
Have a great week ahead.
I want to leave.